show can kind of get you into that eerie fall feeling. This is not the light little fun show that we did last year. This is entirely different. So welcome to our one-act, now regional 6A championship run. Girard.
Mary Girard.
Holly, Mary Girard.
Mary Girard.
Holly, Mary Girard.
Who are you? Stay away from me! No, let go of me! Do you hear me? Set me free at once!
Oh, she wants to be set free at once.
Oh no, we mustn't do that! Set me free, I tell you! Who are you? How dare you laugh at me? How dare you! Oh!
She's so...
indignant. Quite the fine lady.
Isn't she?
No one would think.
Her husband was. Well-to-do.
Would they, Mary?
What do you want of me? Did you come here to torment me?
Oh, we want nothing, Mary.
Only to comfort you.
To aid you.
To be with you in times of trouble. Do whatever we can. Or may.
Or might.
And for God's sake, set me free. If I stay in this chair any longer, I shall go mad. Say that, then.
We'll never let you out.
Dr. Rush's chair is always successful. Such a good doctor.
Dr. Rush! Dr. Rush! Dr. Rush!
Please set me free, please. Does she promise?
To behave.
Would she try?
Run away. No, I won't run away. I won't.
Besides, she has no place to ride except into the walls.
Which we can do, but she cannot. Not you, Mary.
Not you.
Who are you? What are you? Tell me.
Oh, we're no one, Mary.
Nothing.
Pigments of the inside, like you. Pigments of your imagination.
Air. Lesson. A puff. A puff. A poof.
Of nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
If you are nothing, then I must be mad. I can hear you.
Oh, you mustn't touch us.
For then we would have to
Tear you apart.
We don't exist.
We are ghosts.
your friends, selves of yourself.
Fiends and angels.
We know nothing, Mary.
Except everything you know.
Or want to know. You know everything I want to know?
Certainly.
Assuredly.
Definitely.
Then tell me everything I want to know.
What do you want to know, Mary?
But tell me where I am and how long I've been here.
That's too simple.
It's no fun. You know that already.
The Pennsylvania.
Hospital.
The
same as it was.
How long have I been here? It's the same day as it was before. It is impossible. It's nerves. Only nerves.
Poor madness.
I couldn't even scratch my arm. Oh. And then my eyes began to tear and I couldn't wipe them. Oh. And there was such a roaring in my ears. I thought I would go.
Yes.
That it would drive me.
Yes.
Go on.
Don't stop. I want to hear everything. I thought I was being smothered. Coldly, carefully smothered. And you see,
No one was smothering you at all. You were only here.
experiencing the effects
Of the
tranquilizing chair.
and the echo in the box of my own screams. Oh, it's horrible! Why would they put me in such a thing? Surely they know I'm not mad!
But it's the proper treatment.
For your type of madness.
Everybody knows.
The
tranquilizing chair.
For types like you.
One subjected to
excitation,
or claims of sanity.
I feel weak, faint.
it's only natural after the bloodletting.
Bloodletting?
It's quite regular.
Quite customary, Mary.
It's quite natural. It lessens greatly your protestation of sanity. From you they took 30 ounces of blood.
Was that the itching of my arm?
Yes,
You didn't feel a thing. You see how well the chair works now, Mary.
I must get out of here! I must! I can't have only been here one day. It is impossible!
It's only now near midnight.
soon it will be Sunday.
You'll be able to hear the bells from all the churches.
Even Girard will be in his usual pew, praying for your soul, no doubt.
I must see him, speak with him. I'll ask him to forgive me or let me pass away to some other place, pass out of his life as though we never met.
The idea!
Did you ever hear
of such a thing? Horrid! Shocking! Disgraceful!
A
dreadful idea for a married woman to have. Leave her husband. She must be mad.
If you know anything about me, you know that my marriage was the worst thing that ever happened to me. Until this.
It's a hussy.
I must say,
shocked. And this from a woman legally bound to a husband of 13 years. She sounds like
a woman of the streets.
A common whore. A body house star. A ten-penny slut.
How dare you speak to me that way? I'm Mrs. Stephen Girard. I don't have to tolerate your taunts and jeers. Get out! Get away from me and get out!
Oh no, don't marry. Don't send us off. Shut us out. We're only trying to help you. Mary.
Tomorrow will be
So very much worse.
No one would dare speak to me in such a manner.
They will marry.
And worse, much worse.
The ones on the streets, the ones at those windows, the ones who come daily to stare at and point and laugh at the lunatics, to mock them, frighten them into fits or convulsions or seizures of the most horrid kinds.
And it works beautifully, Mary.
You'll be surprised how often and how violently the seizures come.
I don't believe you. I don't believe there are people like that. People who do things like that.
She has so much to learn. You mustn't undervalue the power of an accusing finger. The amusement people derive from the suffering of others.
The superiority they feel when they see those less fortunate.
They relish it,
revel in it,
rejoice for it.
You said you know everything I want to know. Then tell me how to get out of here, please. Please.
Show you. Yes, show you. You have to start at the beginning by seeing the order of the cells.
I saw him this morning. He won't help me.
You have to see him, for he's the beginning. And if you are to know the end, you have to begin at the start.
Here you go, right this way, in here, Mary. That's be your name, ain't it?
My name is Mrs. Stephen Girard. You will call me by that name if you address me again.
Oh, no, I don't. I called you Mary. I have it on strictest orders not to call you any such false name as that.
But I'm Mrs. Girard. There is nothing false about that.
Oh, well, then you'll feel right at home. We've got the Queen of France in here. And we've got the King of Poland, too. Call yourself whatever you like. It'll cut no ice with me. I calls you Mary because I have it on strictest orders from Mr. Girard to call you so.
But you know who I am. You came to my house in your carriage to take me to see the doctor. You know I'm Mrs. Girard.
I went to Mr. Girard's home, not yours. All I know is that you are married. And more than that, I don't want to know.
But I'm his wife, Mary Girard.
I'm telling you true. It's Mary ye be, and Mary you will remain as far as I am concerned. Unless, of course, you take to being the Queen of Sheba. Or somebody else. And then I'll be calling you that.
Look, I have some money.
Oh, you'll be real glad you gave this to me. I'll see to it that you get some real food some of the time. Something to keep your strength up instead of all this gruel. Maybe a pint of something warm on the occasion.
You don't understand. I came to see the doctor, and you're to take me to my home at once.
Oh, this room's your home now, Mary. to see any daylight on account of all the admirers you'll be getting in them windows.
What's admirers?
Don't you know, Mary? Tomorrow's Sabbath. Lots of folks will be out and about in a holiday mood. You'll see for yourself then. I figure.
I won't be here tomorrow. I came to see the doctor about a personal condition. Where is he, sir?
Me name is Frankie. Ye be good to Frankie, and Frankie'll be good to ye too.
I demand that you take me to see the doctor at once.
Oh, snooty, ain't he? Want to see the doctor at once, Lucy? I'm afraid the doctors don't just come round at once. They're due sometime week after next. You can wait until then. For now, I'll just take your rap and your case, and you can get the feeling right at home.
Stay away from me.
That's the way you want it. AIDS here. Things will be worse by a yard if you act like that, you frequent Mary.
I doubt that anyone in your position would know anything at all about the likes of Mr. Girard, but your superiors will.
All I know is that it was Mr. Girard who wrote out a little letter saying that you're a lunatic, and asked most kindly that he be put here. That's all I know.
That is a lie. How dare you impugn my husband's name with such a lie?
Some say you've done some of that impugning yourself, little Miss Mary Girard.
How dare you! What are you doing?
I'm locking the door to your new home. It's customary.
You will not keep me here. Where am I? The prison? Please. Please don't do this to me, please.
I'm just doing what I get paid for doing, sweetheart. It's my job.
Surely you can see this is wrong.
You see, that's where you're wrong, Mary. I don't get paid to see what's right and what's wrong. That's not my business. My business is locking ye up. The rest is not my business.
You will drive me mad.
It's not my business. My business is locking me up. The rest is not my business.
You will drive me mad.
It's not my business. My business is locking me up. The rest is not my business.
Answer me. Is this a prison?
Oh, that's real insulting, that is. Right now, you're in the beautiful Pennsylvania hospital. And ye, Mary, are in the ward for the mentally deranged. Lunatics in plain speak.
But I'm not a lunatic. There must be some dreadful mistake because no one has examined me. My husband said I was to come here to see a doctor.
Yeah, that's what we tell most of them. Just going to see the doctor. Works nearly every time. Oh, and sometimes we tell them that they're going to see the dentist just for variety's sake. All I know is that Mr. Stephen Girard asks kindly that ye be put here for the rest of your natural life. Unless, of course, ye be cured.
For God's sake, don't jest with me, sir.
Oh no, it's no jest, Mary. You can be sure that the locks here are the realest and the finest locks you will ever see. Oh, and your companions? They're the real thing too, Mary. Out and out lunatics. Ever see to it that you get the good old Dr. Rush's tranquilizers here. You seem to be a little bit subject to excitations. That'll set you straight, Mary. See if it don't.
Don't be upset, Mary. That one's past. You can forget all about that one, Mary.
I have to get out of here. I have to see someone. Speak with someone. When will they let me see someone?
But we can let you.
See anyone.
You choose.
Just tell us who it is. Name the name. And instantly
what does it matter, Mary?
Give us the names.
I want to see my mother.
Her mother.
Oh, how funny!
Little Mary wants to see her mother. Yes, let me see her, please.
Madam, you sent for me?
Mother, you've come to me.
Rise, madam. Of course I would come at the bidding of Mrs. Girard. I could hardly do otherwise, could I? Though I cannot pretend to understand why you wanted me here.
Mother, I need you now.
Need me, madam? You never needed me very much. And now I'm sure you need me not at all. You mustn't speak extravagantly. Surely there is nothing I can do for you that you haven't the wherewithal to do much better than I.
It is not money that I need of you now.
I should think not.
It is comfort that I need from you.
Comfort? You live in the very heart of comfort, madam. Never have I seen a house this fine, furnishings this rich. You must be quite happy here.
What are you saying? This is not my house. This is a cell for lunatics in the cellar of the great hospital. Do not mock me, madam. Surely you can see it is cold and dark and horrid here.
I see only that when you married above your station, it brought you great rewards. I see also why you did not want your family coming here, traipsing the dirt from workmen's feet across the polish of your fine wood floors.
But it wasn't me at all. It was Mr. Girard. He didn't want you here.
I won't listen to you berate Mr. Girard. He was a prince to your father, an absolute prince. Kept him working on his ships as long as your father was alive. I'll not listen to any bad words about Mr. Girard.
Mother, my husband abuses me.
For shame that you should give him cause.
For shame.
And double shame that you be brazen enough to tell it. You should know by now that there is nothing unusual in a husband's abusing his wife. It is the woman's job to be clever enough to seem to do his will, whether she do or no.
And must the wife always bend to the husband's will, whether it be right or wrong?
Most assuredly, for it is the husband's place to rule his wife, the woman's to obey her husband.
Why must it be so?
Because it is the law.
Whose law?
God's law.
When you married, you vowed to honor and obey your husband, madam, till death do you part. Do you dare question the law of God yourself?
If it is the law of God, as you say it is, then why didn't you explain this law to me before I married Mr. Girard?
You were a woman, madam.
I was 16 years old. I was a girl.
It was your wish to marry.
It was Mr. Girard's wish to marry me.
You were not so innocent as that, madam. Your marriage was a financial transaction. Your father and I...
Thou shalt obey thy father and mother, Mary.
You knew that Mr. Girard had money, and that you would never have to work another day in your life if you married him.
Then why did you speak to me about love at home?
Because I knew it would be easier for you if you loved him.
Nothing you see here is mine. I have nothing, madam. Nothing.
I have nothing, madam. Nothing.
You can only blame yourself. A wise woman never lets her husband know the distaste she may feel for him. You should have dissembled more and hidden whatever loathing you may have felt behind a display of feigned affection.
I would have been a liar.
You would have fared better.
I brought you here today because I have desperate news. I am with child.
Holly, this is wonderful. Nothing in all the world can do more to please a childless man. Mr. Girard must be overjoyed.
No,
You mean he is not?
I haven't told him.
But you must at once.
I cannot.
What do you mean you cannot?
I fear for my safety, mother. I fear what he might do to me.
Do to you?
It is not Mr. Girard's child.
Holly! No.
Holly, no.
I have informed Mr. Girard that I intend to leave his house, and I want to go home again. I can bring you nothing but gratitude and a still fond regard for you.
I cannot help you, madam. It would have been well for you to have had his child.
Don't you think I tried to have a child by him?
All I know is you've stupidly jeopardized not only your own reputation, but everything else as well. If Mr. Girard repudiates you, so must I.
If Mr. Girard repudiates you, so must I.
No, please don't leave me. Don't. She didn't even see me here.
Holly, no!
Thou shalt not commit adultery, Mary.
Obey thy mother and father, Mary.
I cannot help you, madam.
10-penny slide.
She thought I was the mistress of my house, but I wasn't.
You never were.
Were
should she?
She'll get from Mr. Girard a little help she's always wanted.
She'll not come here again.
You're lying to me! Lying!
You're doing it.
It's to yourself. We want you to see how things are with
You.
How things are with you.
How things are with you. How things are with you. How things are with you.
How things are with her, sir? What do you mean?
Dr. Rush asked that I speak to you personally to Mr. Girard, to make known to you certain surprising developments that have only now come to our attention regarding the state or condition of your wife, sir.
I do not know if you value your time, sir, but I do mine. Please be brief.
I will try. I have rather surprising news for you and for all of us at the hospital. Mrs. Girard is with child.
Yes,
Do you mean, sir, that you have been cognizant of that fact?
I have.
And were you so aware when you had her brought to us?
Yes, sir, I was.
And yet you had her brought to us to be confined with the mentally insane?
Most certainly. I find it curious that I need to point out to you my wife's physical condition. That has nothing to do with whatever physical condition she may be in. I brought my wife to you because she is insane.
Sir, I am happy to tell you that that is not always the case. Although it is true that the mind functions separately from the body that supports it, there is one major exception to that general rule.
And what is that?
The state of pregnancy. It is not uncommon for a woman with child to exhibit many of the behaviors we normally attribute to only the insane. You see, many of the irregularities you spoke of are quite possibly due to nothing more than the naturally flighty state of mind brought on in many women during the physical changes to the female body during the prenatal period. Consequently, under these circumstances, the board of directors and I agree that it is in everyone's best interest for you to remove Mrs. Girard from our care. And after her deliverance of your child, she should probably prove to be as sane as she ever was.
My wife, sir, is insane.
Insane! 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 No!
Mr. Girard,
I said she is insane.
your wife suffers from severe headaches. She is extremely nervous. Upon occasion, she has exhibited erratic behavior and outbursts. If she were not pregnant. However, as she is with child,
True, I was previously aware of her condition, but I have chosen of my own free will to ignore that fact. It is my wish that you and all the members of the board do likewise.
sir, I am amazed. I just told you about your wife, who is soon to be delivered of your child, a child you seem to be determined to be gestated and born into a madhouse.
Precisely.
And you advise me to ignore it.
Yes.
Mr. Girard, I am trying to tell you that we cannot permit you to leave Mrs. Girard in these conditions.
I see. Perhaps this shall be sufficient.
Sir, it's not a question of money.
Is that fact?
It is, sir.
It has been my experience that everything is a matter to do with money.
Surely you cannot believe that, Mr.
I
Girard.
believe it, I know it. It is fact. I have staked my entire career on it, and as you can see, I have prospered.
$3,000, but this is made out.
To you, sir. That is payment in advance to you. That I humbly request that you keep all regards to my wife, her child if it should live, and any other difficulties concerning her beyond my awareness.
I don't know what to say.
Say only this. Can it be done?
Yes.
Can it be done?
Yes.
Good. See to it then. I presume you know your way out, sir?
But sir,
Sir,
what of the child?
that is of no concern of mine.
But sir, I would not have any child of mine born under such conditions for all the money in the world.
And I can assure you, sir, neither would I.
But sir, do you mean that the child is not?
I bid you good day, sir.
Sir.
He can't hear you, Mary.
He can! I know he can! And he looked right at me!
He can't hear you.
Because he doesn't want to. And lose all their faculties.
If the prophet sound,
Mr. Phillips. He
important to you. I'm only one in a long line of housekeepers who will replace you, Mrs. Girard.
You admit that to my face.
I'm not important, really. I'm only one in a long line of girls and women he will turn to. Has turned to already. You know that.
And so you're a whore, just like all the others.
I'm his housekeeper, Mrs. Girard. The difference is that I will be more successful and longer lasting than the rest. He will even come to care for me a little, as much as he is able to care for a woman anyway.
I don't believe you.
I wouldn't lie to you, Mrs. Girard, because I have no need to do so.
Why didn't he care for me?
In the beginning, he did. You should have had his child.
But it wasn't my fault we couldn't have children. Oh, but I thought it was. And I knew he blamed me. He never said anything, but sometimes as I was sewing, I feel as though a draft of icy wind had pierced me. And I look up and see him staring. And later, he started taking me to doctors. And they told me that I was a nervous woman, so they sent me into the country to cure my nerves. And then I started having these terrible headaches. And I hated to be around him, for I knew that he felt that I had swindled him out of the sun.
You sound as though you wanted him to care for you.
Was that so strange?
Is it practical? You should have known what you could get from him and what you could not.
His affection was all I wanted.
But he had none to give. Wealth is what he had to give you.
Must it always be like a business transaction?
All relationships are. Everyone expects something in return for what they are giving.
But you've not got his children, have you?
Of course not. A man expects his wife to bear his children and his mistress to bear none.
Yet you've won his affection.
Yes, I have.
Why? How?
By not even wanting it. Did you know when he was a boy, his mother went insane? He saw in you, which he had closed himself off from her. The more outrageously you tried to gain his attention and sympathy, the more he turned away in loathing. Your behavior is what made him come to hate you.
Has he said this to you?
I can tell you his words exactly. I hate her like the devil, and I know with pleasure that this feeling increases daily.
I don't believe you. He wouldn't say that. He wouldn't feel that.
I hate her like the devil, and I note with pleasure that this feeling increases daily.
I won't believe you. I can't.
I hate her like the devil, and I note with pleasure that this feeling increases daily. I hate her like the devil, and I note with pleasure that this feeling increases daily. I hate her like the devil, and I note with pleasure that this feeling increases daily. I hate her like the devil, and I note with pleasure that this feeling increases daily.
And they told him that I suffer from dreaming.
We've got some cures for dreamers here, Mary.
Dr. Rush gets pleasant hair to dreamers here, Mary.
I see baths in winter.
No! Splinters under the thumbnails.
Oh no! A white hot iron on the soles of the feet for sanity! But they would not do that to me, for they know I'm sane. How could they?
Possibly.
No, they know it because it's true.
Didn't they tell you?
You are sane, Mary.
One can tell. Surely one can tell for oneself.
No, they have to tell you. Tell you, Mary.
Tell you. Who can? The doctors, the board of managers. You can, Mary. It's easy as pie, Mary. Crazy Mary Girard.
You can tell.
You really want to?
It's easy as pie, Mary.
Easy as making your bed. Gathering flowers. Listening.
As simple as praying to God.
God, God, where are you, God?
Do you ever pray, Mary?
What do you mean? Of course I know. To really, really pray with all of your mind and all of your heart and all of your soul.
To pray
Mary, and you take him with one hand, like this, and you put him in, Mary. You put him in, and then you lock the lock, Mary. Clickety-clack, clickety-lock, lock the lock, lock the lock.
If you have made your bed, Mary, it must be done exactly. If it is not as neat and as smooth as hair, it must be torn apart. The sheets must have
No wrinkles, Mary. Smooth, Mary. Smooth as hair, Mary.
Have you ever held a flower, Mary? Did you rock with it till one by one the petals fall and the cradle rocks by yourself, Mary? Rock yourself, Mary. What can you tell, Mary? Tell us about yourself, Mary.
Tell us. Tell.
Sometimes, as a little girl, I'd sit beside my father and watch him working. The sound of his hammer hammering, the nails. The sound of the nails being driven. And him. Bring him to me! Bring Stephen Girard! Bring him now into this cell!
Oh, no.
We must!
We can.
No.
Bring him!
How did you get here?
I am where you placed me, Stephen.
Where no.
No, Stephen.
No, I,
Do you think that I am a vision?
No, of course not.
True, as they say that the baby's that of Mary Girard. The baby's origin is a matter of no importance, Mrs. Hatcher. You and Mr. Hatcher will receive a sum for nursing the child as you have for all the other children in the past.
Yes, Mr. Phillips. I do appreciate you calling me, and my health is, well, it's ever so much better than it used to be.
Pass, Mrs. Hatcher.
Why have you done this to me?
I've had no choice. You are insane.
Don't lie to me, Stephen. Even if I were insane, you could have spared me this. Both you and I know what my behavior was. You know as well as I that I am sane.
I hope that is true.
Oh, such a pretty little baby. And a girl, what's her name?
Her name is Mary.
Call it what you wish. It is immaterial.
Yes, I shall take good care of this one. There won't be no repeats of my own mistakes.
I told you not to speak of the past, Mrs. Hatcher. Both for your sake and for the sake of the hospital, it is best for you to keep hidden from your neighbors the source from which you received this child.
I shall love having her. I truly am grateful. I think I'll call you Rose. Rose is my name, you see, and you'll be my little girl.
Mrs. Hatcher,
She told me that you hated me like the devil, and I didn't believe her until this moment.
Who told you that?
Mrs. Hatcher, I would have you treat it the same as you would any other child,
Oh, I will, sir.
just as though it were a normal child.
Isn't it a normal child, Mr. Phillips?
Don't let him do this.
Its mother is a patient among the insane.
Oh, no.
The baby has been born by and among those possessed of devils.
God preserve us.
Born by and among those possessed of devils.
God preserve us.
Born by and among those possessed of devils.
God preserve us.
Born by and among those possessed of devils.
Is that what I am to you, Stephen? When we met, I was 16. A servant carrying water through the streets. And I laughed at everything then. And I was happy without even knowing it. Do you remember that girl, Stephen?
she does not exist, madam.
No. We destroyed her, you and I. Destroyed her utterly. Didn't you ever love her?
She had everything she could have reasonably have wanted.
What good is reason without so little
If
affection?
you wanted affection, you should have just told me instead of making a public display of yourself.
I made no attempt to hide my behavior from you, Stephen. You and I only differed in one way. I didn't bring my lovers under your roof. Don't lock me up, Stephen. I will go wherever you wish. Take me to one of your houses and lock me there for the rest of my days. Give me my father's tools, nails, and a hammer, and I will drive the demons away. Lock me in a room and allow me there to suffer my conscience and dream my dreams alone.
Alone? A seclusive wife pleases no one. You have failed me.
Yes, you are right. I have failed you. When I was childless, you blamed me! I thought I was barren! I thought I had cheated you out of a son! But it wasn't me. You couldn't put life into my body because you had none of your own! I got more warmth from a stranger in an hour than you could ever give. And it isn't my child that is loathsome to you, Mr. Girard, but the freedom of my mind and my love of life itself. May God have pity on you, sir.
God. I'm not sure if there is a God, and if there is, I can pray to him that you endure a hell on earth.
All right, but my baby will live! My baby will live! She thinks her baby. She thinks her infant.
She thinks her child
We'll give her comfort. We'll give her solace. We'll bring her relief.
Not so, Mary.
Oh no.
You were untrue, Mary.
You cuckolded your husband.
You betrayed him.
And broke your marriage
Vow.
For shame, Mary.
You will give birth to an evil thing.
Only evil comes from evil. Something dark and horrid comes from evil. Darkness bred in darkness gives forth darkness. As we have shown you the head,
And we have shown you the heart.
as we have shown you the past,
As we have shown you what the far future holds.
so we will now show you what is yet to be.
Oh, she is so very lovely. If I ever doubted that you were worth so much suffering, forgive me. Will she be happy?
Certainly, decidedly,
Assuredly. Quite as happy as she could be.
most decidedly happy.
Then I shall live for that if you will promise me that.
Oh, yes.
We can do that. The question
However,
is
is
how long?
How long?
It will not be.
Longest life.
Will she die young?
5 months is quite enough.
Then buried.
In an unmarked grave.
that you will have in common.
You too will be buried in an unmarked grave.
Here on the hospital grounds, you'll never leave these walls, Mary. No hymns, no prayers, no services.
Good! Tell me when. If God has any mercy, it will be soon. Tell me.
Yes!
A year.
5 and 20.
5 and 20? I could not stand it!
Most of it we spent here.
In this chair.
The tranquilizing chair.
The restraining chair.
Bow down like the evil thing you are.
Stop it! I won't listen to you! Please, God, please! God, help me, help me!
Oh, isn't she funny? Sweet, sweet Jesus.
Where are you, God? Please answer me!
Please answer me. Where are you gone?
Stop it! Damn They would not always keep me in the chair. If I were to accept you as my companions and not resist you, I could look from the window. Isn't it true?
Yes, Mary. Yes, yes indeed.
And if I were to turn my back on that world, then that must stand as proof that I'm insane, wouldn't it? For here is only poverty, where there in the great world is wealth and the society of ordinary people, such as him, Mr. Stephen Girard. For if I'm not mad already, I soon shall be. For there is a point in my mind, a point of absolute stillness where hatred and greed cannot come. And when I pull myself into that place, I feel as though I've reached something greater, far greater than God. And by comparison, the world outside is heartless and horrid and cruel. So let them come to the windows to point and laugh at me. I will show them the respect they warrant. I will reach them to curse them and spit on them from the depths of a well of hatred to see how plainly I repudiate their world to enter this. And I shall have nothing to lose. For from this day, I, Mary Girard, shall be truly